And finally, in Mexico, a student protest demanding the resignation of President Enrique Peña Nieto has turned violent. Protesters had clashed with riot police in the country's capital. Alistair Bavistark explains.
Thousands of Mexican citizens, mostly students from across the country, demonstrating over the government's poor handling of the abduction of 43 students earlier this year, clashed with riot police following a peaceful protest. The students claim that Mexico's president, Enrique Peña Nieto, has not tackled the country's problems with violence and that only his resignation will satisfy them.
Mexico's president has failed the people by allowing such awful violence to continue unchecked. Mexico is a country which is governed by fear and intimidation, but the people fear the authorities rather than place their faith in them. We want change, and that has to start at the top.
The rioting protesters smashed shop windows throughout the area where the protest terminated, looting stores and banks before being dispersed by the authorities. Witnesses said that while some demonstrators' protests descended into violence, the march's message of positive change must remain uppermost in the public conscience.
The
government is currently undergoing a serious crisis of its own making. The authorities are not succeeding in their primary role of guaranteeing the safety of the public. This scandal has put enormous pressure on the government, and we want to ensure that it results in positive change.
As students and Mexican citizens alike demand the resignation of the country's president, the scandal which brought it all about is not going away. Despite the government's best efforts to calm the storm, President Peña Nieto is coming under serious pressure to produce concrete results if he is to retain the public's confidence. Alistair Bavistock, Press TV, Mexico City.